Happy New Year, or nearly anyway. It will be for you guys watching this. It's New Year's Eve for me and it's bitterly cold. It's going to get down to -3 tonight and I'm going to be spending my New Year's in a tent on a tour on Dartmoor. Would you like to join me? But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of the outdoors, of hiking, wild camping and budget gear reviews, then you've come to the right place because that's all I do on this channel and I upload once a week. So hit the like button if that's the sort of thing you'll enjoy and subscribe if you want to see more. And without further ado, let's crack on with today's video. You may have noticed I've got a new backpack on today. It was a Christmas present, thank you Mum. It's the Osprey Rook 65. It's not the only bit of new gear I've got today either. It's not very late, it's only about 20 to 4. But unbelievably, at this time of year, the sun sets at 4 o'clock on Dartmoor and it doesn't rise again until 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's gonna be 16 hours of frigid darkness to see in the new year. What a beautiful evening on Dartmoor to close out the year. You can see how cold it is, look. Tent's all set up, it's over there just under the rocks. You might just be able to see it, you probably can't because of the backlighting of the sun. But it's all set up. I'm camping on Rowtor tonight and it's very busy. And even though the sun has now set, behind West Miltor, it's still fairly busy. There's people milling around. There's some people sat over the other side of the rocks of Rowtor watching the sunset. I can see people walking along the military trail. There's some people over there. Everyone's out making the most of this beautiful evening. And look, we're on top of a tor. And how often do you hear me say this? We are right on top of a tor. There's not a breath of wind. It's silent. It's amazing. But bloody freezing. So I'm gonna have to work on staying warm tonight, I think. Here is the tent, all pitched. You can see how cold it is by all the frost and the ice on the ground. And I tell you what, getting these pegs in was not easy. I was having to stamp on each one, push them in with my feet just to get them in this frozen ground. And even then you can see they've not all gone all the way in. But credit where it's due, these Naturehike tent pegs, none of them bent and none of them broke either. This is my first time using the Osprey Rook 65. I tell you what, first impressions, bloody good. It's a big upgrade on the Trespass Trek 66 that I have been using. Even though it's 1 litre smaller than the Trespass, I fitted the exact same amount of stuff in, no problem. It also feels so much lighter as well than the Trespass does, much more comfortable as well. The hip belt really grips hold of your hips, but you can feel the weight being lifted off of my shoulders, so it really doesn't feel like I'm carrying as much weight. Even though I'm actually carrying more than I've ever carried with the Trespass. This is my heaviest pack that I've ever packed for a wild camp. Now, one reason for that, or the main reason I should say for that really, is because it's going to be so cold tonight, -3. So I did have to pack a lot more layers than I usually would. I've also packed a new sleeping bag, which I'll tell you a little bit about later when we get in the tent. And I've also packed a new sleeping mat as well, which again, I'll tell you a little bit about later. The new sleeping mat is slightly heavier than the Andes that I have been using, while the sleeping bag is slightly lighter than the Mountain Warehouse sleeping bag that I've been using. So they probably even themselves out. But like I say, I brought a lot more clothes than usual. Finally, we have Rowtor all to ourselves. No one else around, and we can watch the last light of day disappear before I turn in for the final time of 2025. And we get to see in the new year on Dartmoor. What better place for it, eh? So obviously I'm in the tent getting all settled now. I don't know how well you can see, but this is one of the new pieces of gear that I've got. It's my new sleeping mat. It's the OEX Ultralight Flux 7R. So they reckon it's got an R rating of 7.2, which if it does, might make this night's sleep a lot more comfortable than it otherwise would have been. Because that Andy's bed, although it was good in the summer, it was nice and light. It was smaller and lighter than this, but it didn't have an R rating. And I don't know what the insulation was for it, but I can't imagine it was very much because it was very cheap off of eBay. This, however, I bought from Go Outdoors, and it's on sale at the moment. And with the Go Outdoors members card, I got it for 55 quid. I think it was just under. It was something silly. It was like £54.67 or something like that. Tonight's going to be a good test for it since the temperature is going to drop to -3. And so if it is any good, this could be my go-to mat going forward, certainly for winter camping at least. Well, it's up, it's inflated, and I tell you what, when I lay on it, it not only feels very comfortable, it feels like I'm kind of lifted up off the floor a lot more than I was with the Andes mat, but it's also warm. And obviously I've been kneeling on just the tent floor while I've been blowing this up. Certainly compared to that, I feel warmer straight away as soon as I lay on it. You can feel the insulation. Now, I think it might be ever so slightly too short for me. Well, I don't know. By the time I've got like pillows and stuff up here, I might be alright with it actually. I'm looking forward to testing it now. It feels really good, a lot better than I expected. So this is my new sleeping bag. It's the OEX Fathom EV400. It's got a comfort rating of -1, an extreme of -8, with an extreme of -26. So hopefully tonight when it gets down to -3, I should be all right in this. You can probably notice as well, for a 4-season sleeping bag, it packs down pretty small. This is actually smaller once I've got all these compression straps kind of cinched as tight as they'll go. It actually packs down smaller as it is at the moment than I ever managed to get my 3-season mountain warehouse. I think that was a Summit 300 off the top of my head, and that had a comfort rating of 1 degree. But this packs down smaller than I could ever get that, so saves me a bit of space in the bag, and it is a little bit lighter than that one as well. Something else that I've bought is this, just a little cheap purchase. I forgot to mention the EV400 from Go Outdoors was, I think, £55 with a Go Outdoors discount card. It's a pretty good value as well if it does the job. This is a Eurohike mummy liner. I think I paid about 12 quid for it. Might have even been £9, I can't remember now. But the idea with this is that it goes inside the sleeping bag and it just gives you, I think it's supposed to give you an extra season. I don't know how many extra degrees that is. But considering the comfort rating of this is -1 and it's getting down to -3 tonight, it's in that zone between comfort and limit that I might be a little bit uncomfortable in that. So that's why I've got this. And I've got the 7.2 R value OEX Flux Ultralight. So hopefully I'm going to be perfectly warm tonight. I've also got my high gear comfort pillow to keep me warm. I've got a little travel pillow as well. I'm a bit of a side sleeper. I like sleeping on my side normally, and normally I double up pillows when I'm at home in my bed. So I think with just one pillow, I might struggle to get a good night's sleep, struggle to get comfortable. And that was one of the things I liked about that Andy's sleep mat that I had. It had a built-in pillow, so I only had to use this on top of it. But this one doesn't have a built-in pillow, so I've brought two. So I'm a bit of a princess when it comes to that sort of thing. I've also brought the Bivvy Bag again, which I used on my 1-star wild camping video, which is that one there, if you're interested in going and watching it. But yeah, this was a suggestion from George from the Dartmoor podcast. He said that in the winter, he quite often puts his sleeping bag inside a bivvy bag. It gives you an extra layer of warmth. I guess very similar to the way the sleeping bag liner works as well. But he said he uses that instead of buying a 4-season sleeping bag, and I've just gone for both. Really, I saw the 4-season sleeping bag in the sale and I saw how cold it was going to be tonight, and I thought, do you know what? treat yourself. And that's exactly what I've done. So hopefully I won't be too cold tonight, but I've got extra layers to put on if I do need to. I've got like a down jacket that you probably saw me walking about in earlier. I'm wearing 3 layers on my top, 2 layers on my bottom at the moment. I've got these kind of like running tracky bottom things, and underneath I've got some running leggings as well. I've got 2 pairs of socks on as well, keep my toesies warm. I've not got my gloves on at the moment, but I've got 2 pairs of gloves with me in case I need them. Got a hat on, as you can see. I've brought my Naturehike down booties with me, which again I bought for that 1-star wild camping video, and they did the job then perfectly fine. I wasn't cold really at all that night, so hopefully they'll do the job for me again in much colder conditions, it must be said. I like having extra layers to put on as and when I need to, because you will get colder throughout the night. But hopefully once I'm in the sleeping bag I'll be perfectly fine anyway. I'm not too cold sitting here. I can see my breath and everything, but I'm not too cold sitting here, even though as well I've got the inner of the tent open to give me enough room to put the tripod up and film this. But yeah, it's not too cold at the moment, but I've got a feeling it's going to get much chillier as the night goes on. Well, that's home for the night. Looks pretty cosy, doesn't it? And I've actually already slipped into the sleeping bag and given it a try. It's very warm and very comfortable, and that's without the liner and without the bivvy bag on top, so I think I'm going to be just fine tonight, hopefully. It's 8 o'clock now. I'm already kind of part in the sleeping bag, half in if you like. I'm not too cold really. My legs are certainly nice and warm now in the sleeping bag. Top half is currently out of it, but still not cold. Obviously I've got gloves and a hat and this scarf thing from Berghaus, I think it is. I got that in Go Outdoors as well. It was like £4 in the sale. I bought some hand warmers as well. I think they were £1, just in case I needed them really, just to see what they're like. I've never used them before. Just don't know if I'll need them later. Maybe I will. At the moment the temperature is saying -2. Like I say, it's forecast to get down to -3 overnight, so we'll see. The sky's incredible tonight. Yeah, all the stars are out, you can see all of them. The moon's super bright. It's not quite a full moon, but it's super bright in the sky. Been walking around out there without a torch, no issue whatsoever. I only wish I had a camera that was good enough to capture it all and show you, because currently I do not. But one day I will. I've gone with the Firepot Chilli con Carne for dinner tonight, and we fill that up with boiling water and then let it sit for 15 minutes and it's ready to eat. I've actually got it tucked in under my jacket here while I'm waiting for it to rehydrate, because that way not only does it probably keep it a little bit warmer as well, but it keeps me nice and warm too. It's quite nice having it kind of up against my torso. It keeps me nice and warm. Do you know what, the craziest thing as well, of all the times and all the places, New Year's Eve on Dartmoor in -3 degrees weather. I've just met one of my subscribers. So shout out to you, Quinn, if you're watching, if you're allowing yourself a bit of YouTube at the moment. Quinn's camping up here as well and seeing the new year in on Rowtor with his kids. So I wish you all a very happy new year if I don't see you at midnight and if I don't see you in the morning. He's very kindly made me some hot chocolate as well, which was absolutely delicious. So yeah, thanks again, Quinn. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching the videos, and hope to see you out and about soon. Here we go, moment of truth for the Firepot Chilli con Carne, which has been my favourite food that I've ever eaten on one of these camps. Is this one going to be just as good as the last one? Well, last time I thought I'd bought it when I was out on Dartmoor YouTubers wild camp. I thought I'd bought a Firepot Chilli con Carne, but it was a chili non-carne vegetarian version. Boo! Certainly wasn't as nice. This smells delicious. It tastes delicious as well. It's good when you're camping as well to get some nice warm food inside you. It warms you up from the inside that way as well. If you don't mind, I'm going to eat the rest of this in peace and I'll catch up with you a bit later. I'm all snuggled up in bed now. I'm watching Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. You probably can't see it on the screen. I'm using the tripod as a stand, which I've never done before. Can't believe I've never thought of that. Normally the tripod just sits in the vestibule. And yeah, I'm using it tonight as a TV stand, and I feel like an idiot for not using it before. I am toasty warm, and obviously I'm all dressed up. I've got the gloves on, I've got the beanie hat on, hood's up, but the mattress is warm, the sleeping bag is really warm. I'm really impressed with both of them, to be honest, and I feel like the tent is fairly warm as well. And Cloud Peak 2, it seems like a good setup for winter camping, although it is only 20 to 11, so it might let me down, yeah, but hopefully not. I don't think it's supposed to get much colder than it is at the moment. I've set an alarm to make sure I'm awake for New Year's, because I do feel like I'm going to drift off in a minute. But yeah, I'll make sure I'm awake to say Happy New Year to you all, even though it's going to be well into the new year by the time you're seeing this. Any second now, it's going to be the new year. I'm going to see it on a tour on Dartmoor. Happy New Year! It's 2026. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel throughout 2025. And I hope you'll continue to do so in 2026. I'll certainly continue making content for you, hopefully bigger and better than ever before. I think I can hear fireworks. Should we go see if there's fireworks? So it's just gone 2 in the morning, 10 past 2. The wind, as you can probably hear, has picked up quite a bit from non-existent to very much existent. Flapping around a bit. Lantern's doing a bit of a dance. I'm pretty sure I just heard some rain. Heard like a little pitter-patter on the tent. Did say there's a chance of rain in the morning. I was outside for a bit, chatting with Quinn after the fireworks, and it was clear. It was so clear still see for miles, even in the dark. But clouds came in over the moon and blocked it off, and the wind picked up. The wind biting as well, chills you to the bone. So yeah, I retreated into my tent. My sleeping bag are nice and warm. I've still got another 6 hours till sunrise. Camping in the winter, eh? Oh, good night. Morning YouTube, it's 6:30 in the morning now. I had a broken sleep, slept for like an hour or so here and there, on and off, kept waking up. But as you can hear, the wind really has gotten up. It started really picking up around 2 o'clock in the morning. There's been some rain as well, and it's dropped down to -3, not including the wind chill. So it's been properly cold up here. But in the OEX Fathom 400 and using the OEX ultralight mattress with 7.2 R value, I've been toasty warm. Now, I obviously don't know which one of them has made the most difference because I've used both of them at the same time, so maybe I need to test them against the gear that I was using previously. But as a combo, I'm very impressed. I've done a really good job tonight. Well, I've had my brekkie, chocolate protein porridge, very nice. And I've already packed away my sleeping bag and my stove, and now I'm just gonna pack the rest of this stuff away, and it's time to get the hell out of Dodge. Plenty of frost on the ground still, look at that. The sun rises on another year. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There we are, look. All packed up, left no trace. You'd never know I was there. Let's get out of here. What a stunning way to spend New Year's. I'm very impressed with the new gear as well. The sleeping bag, the air mattress, the backpack. And I know what you're probably thinking, an Osprey backpack's a bit bougie, a bit expensive for a budget YouTube channel, but the Osprey Rook is the cheapest of Osprey's wild camping backpacks, and technically I got it for Christmas, so it's free to me. That's frozen solid. Shows how cold it was last night. Right guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And I'll see you again soon for another adventure. Cheers.